And welcome back, everybody, once again to FTB Pyramid Reborn. I am TJ the Obscure here with you. We are nearing the end of our adventure. We only have a few objectives left to go, and I've already done the preparation for two of those objectives. It took it took quite a long time, and I'll say that this final mod, or one of the final mods, Botania, was fun. But the pneumaticraft stuff, oh my gosh, that was so painful, so incredibly painful. But I did get the necessary materials. I'm not sure which one I want to start off with. I guess just because this was my least favorite, and there's not really much to do, but I will kind of walk you through the process of it. Once again, I had no knowledge of this mod, and I found it incredibly confusing, and I couldn't figure out some stuff that I thought would be really basic to figure out, which maybe says more about my intelligence than it does about the mod itself. But okay, that's kind of annoying, and we don't really need this on anymore. So let's just leave it like that, maybe like that. No, not like that. There we go. There we go. That's I think how I want it to be. So yes, pneumaticraft, and there doesn't seem to be a guide for this mod, so I had to figure things out kind of on my own and using Google, which I wasn't really able to find much info besides video tutorials, and even then, a lot of them were not in English, so it was kind of difficult to figure things out. But basically, this mod is focused around air pressure and temperature and these kinds of things. And what we were aiming to make is the programmer, which on the surface doesn't look like it's going to be too complicated. It just requires plastic, a circuit board, some turbine rotors. But the steps that it takes to get each one of these things was actually pretty complex, and it took a long time. Mainly you need plastic, and so I'll start with the plastic. To make plastic, you have to create, I forget the name of this stuff. It's L something, LPG, I'm not sure what that stands for. To make the LPG, you have to create a refinery, and the refinery you need oil for. And you need oil, and then it needs to be at a high enough temperature, and it will create these various liquids, gasoline, kerosene, and then the what is it again? LPG. So to make the refinery work, again, you need oil. The only way to get oil in this mod pack, as far as I can tell at least, is to use the Amidron tablet. And this is actually pretty cool. You connect it to a place where you drop off and pick up items, and then also a place to drop off liquids if you happen to need that. And so this tablet is now synced with this chest and this tank here. So let's say I want to order, what do we want to order? Well, I'll show you how I ordered the oil, I suppose. So you right click and that'll order one. Let's go ahead and order 5 just because we can. And order it like so. It's really that simple. It's like Amazon has been built into the game, and they're even delivering it with drones, as Amazon I think plans to do or has already started to do. So one drone will come and pick up the payment, the emeralds, and then another drone should show up to deliver us the oil. So getting the oil was not too challenging. Of course, before I even set up the refinery, I had to set up the pressure chamber, and you basically have to use compressed iron, which I made over here by blowing up some regular iron with TNT. And you can create solid blocks or the pressure chamber glass. I thought it would be cool to be able to see through inside to see what's happening. And you can construct this either as a 3x3, a 4x4, or a 5x5. 5x5x5 actually gives you a bit more capacity, a bit more volume, which I think might make things easier in the long run, but I'm not entirely sure. So once we had that set up, we moved on to the refinery. To get the refinery to work, you have to put in the oil. First of all, let's go ahead and do that. Boom, like so. Fill it with oil. You can right-click pretty much anywhere, and it'll put it in there. Also, the refinery can either be 2 blocks tall, or I think it can even be 1. Or maybe it has to be 2. It's between 2 and 4, I think. And each extra layer that you add will get you a different kind of liquid here. So we have a 4 tall one. And you put the oil in. The next part is getting it to temperature. So it has to reach at least 100 degrees Celsius in order for it to work. There are lots of different ways to provide heat to it. Pretty much any heat source is going to work. For example, oh gosh, okay, well, I guess I was going to show you that you can use fire here as well. So you can use fire, you can use lava, you can use torches. Torches are incredibly slow, and honestly, it didn't seem like they were working at all. The lava, if you leave it there, will turn into obsidian after a very short amount of time. And so I thought, well, if we set up some dispensers, dropping the lava and then picking it up on a redstone clock, that should work. I think if I were to build a clock with a longer pulse, it might work, but at this point it usually gets it to about 99 degrees Celsius, and we're able to produce tiny amounts. Like, it goes up 2 MB like every 3 or 4 seconds. It's not very efficient whatsoever. We might start to see it kind of tick up here a little bit. Maybe. There it goes. There it goes. You can see how slow that is. So this was not really effective. One of the little info things, because there is info. You can sneak or press shift and it will tell you some stuff about it. And so one of the little hints said that you should be using vortex tubes. And so these will pretty much provide cool air or hot air. And if you want to heat something up, you have to make sure that the cool air end is pointing outwards or is being vented off in some way. To heat those things up, you have to use the air compressors. The air compressors are also what you use in order to get pressure inside of your pressure chamber. I don't think I need this many, but I was having trouble increasing the pressure in here, so I just kept building them and adding on to it. There is a different version of that as well, one that I think is a more efficient or provides more pressure, the advanced air compressor, and that sounds cool. You can transport items through the air. I think these may be the only 2 in the mod, though. I'm not entirely sure. And this one, it produces heat, but the higher the heat, the lower the efficiency, so you have to keep it cool, which we could probably hook up some of these vortex tubes to keep them cool. But I wasn't planning on doing much with the mod anyways, so I just built the basic ones, and these will burn any kind of fuel, so you put coal in there. And it's kind of slow, and you can hear them start to send out that heated air. So kind of slow, and I probably burned through about, I don't know, like 20 stacks of coal doing this. So it was, I know that there's better ways, more efficient ways, but I was just trying to get it over with, because for whatever reason this mod does not really appeal to me very much. So as those burn, these these will heat up, and you can see the temperature will probably start to go up a little bit here. There we go. It's starting to go up again. Very slow, very slow. And this one will start to heat up as well, and it'll get this to be a bit more efficient. Although this one wasn't heating up as much as these, and I'm not entirely sure why. It could be the distance away. It could be that these are taking up all the heat. As that's going, the pressure in here will also build up. It seems like for most things you need to have 1 bar of pressure. So you can see it's kind of going up. I think if we click here, it'll tell us, yeah, we're at 0.2 bar. So to make most things, you need 1 bar or 1.5, and it takes a little while for it to get there. The biggest problem that I ran into is that I couldn't figure out how to get items into and out of this thing. So this, the pressure chamber interface, is apparently a way to import and export items. I had one, the I is for importing, and then on the other side there's an O for exporting. Does that make sense? And I guess in and out is probably what it means, but I couldn't figure it out. Like, you can't shift click things in here. There's a filter. I think you have to have it connected to a chest of some kind. But even when I was doing that, it would like take items in, but then it would immediately take them out. So I know you have to make use of the item filter, but in order to use the item filter, you would have to already have made the item, I think. So it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. And I didn't really feel like spending the time to figure it out. But anyways, once you have enough of this stuff, of the LPG, you can turn that into plastic. Now, to do so, again, everything with this mod is dealing with temperature, so you need to heat this up to a certain level. I'm not certain how hot it has to be. You also have to feed it with coal. And once you've done all of that, you can it'll turn it into plastic, and you can transfer the liquid plastic into the plastic mixer. We have a full tank here. You have to feed it with the various dyes. But then you simply select which color of plastic you want, and it'll make it. So that's how we got all of the plastic over here. Green plastic, red plastic, black plastic are mainly what we needed. After that, what we had to do, let me see if I can find the programmer again. These required turbine blades, which are not hard to make. You simply throw some gold and some redstone into the pressure chamber. And again, to get everything to work, I pretty much just had to open it up. Do I have any gold and redstone? I have redstone. Where's all my gold at? What made this so challenging, though, is that every time I wanted to make something, I had to open up the pressure chamber, which of course releases all of the pressure, throw items in, and all of that lovely stuff. But I will do a small demonstration for you here. So this is what I was doing. Actually, I should probably pick that up beforehand. It's 2 redstone and 1 gold, right? Yes. Yes, so like so, you throw that in there, you close it back up, and again, there has to be a better way of importing and exporting items. And then once pressure in here builds up enough, I'll go ahead and feed some more coal into this so that we can actually get it to the correct pressure. Once the pressure's high enough, the item will be made. It's kind of loud, the air, and it's going to take a little while. Again, we just released all the pressure, so it's back down to 0, and we got to get it back up again. So the turbine blades were not really that challenging to make, and again, they use compressed iron, which you make with TNT. This thing is what gave me the most amount of problems. Just, it was crazy to make. So to make the unassembled PCB, you first of all need an empty PCB. You get that via the pressure chamber by throwing compressed iron and green plastic in there. I don't know what the failed PCBs are, but I didn't have to worry about those. Once you have the empty PCB, then you have to turn it into an unassembled PCB. So I thought we were going to have to build this whole assembly line with all these things, which is why I ended up making so many of those, because each one takes another printed circuit board. But I hadn't noticed that there's an alternative way to make it, which is using etching acid. And basically you throw in the PCB into the etching acid and you come out with the circuit board. To get the etching acid, you have to throw water bucket, spider eyes, plastic, and so on and so forth into the pressure chamber. I also thought that each time you use the etching acid, it would, use it up, but that's apparently not the case. You can reuse it. I don't know if it's infinitely reusable or what, but I have 8 buckets here because I made 8 of these guys, but I clearly didn't have to. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You simply toss in the PCB into there. It takes about 5 minutes for it to turn into the unassembled PCB. And I think that's... Oh, we still need the printed circuit board, which is using the transistors and the capacitors. To make those guys, you once again have to return to the pressure chamber. And it requires black plastic, compressed iron, and redstone, or I think the other one requires cyan plastic. So that's pretty much it. We can check on this guy and see how it's going. It's not even halfway up yet. You can see how long this takes. It's kind of ridiculous, and we could probably use coal blocks. We could use other things to keep the pressure going up. If the pressure gets too high, I think it can explode those, so you always want to be careful. This thing, although these things got up to like 500 degrees or something crazy like that, and nothing happened, so I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes temperature can have an effect, sometimes it can't. The reason this is covered in blocks, by the way, is the refinery will lose heat. So I read somewhere online that if you cover it in blocks, it'll slow down the level at which it loses heat. It didn't seem to affect it that much, but... Okay, I'm turning you off again. Okay, you're really annoying. So we're pretty much ready to make it now, I think. I hope that we have everything that we need. We only need one of those. It's not going to require anything special, right? Simply do that, printed circuit board, and that, and we now have the programmer. This block is required to program drones, so we could start programming our own drones, I guess, to collect items and transfer items and all of that lovely stuff. I think you can even set up your own trading system, so you can have like your own Amazon delivery service, pretty much. All right, let's go ahead and stick this guy in our chest and see what our reward is. I think it's some kind of armor, right? Although I don't see myself ever getting rid of this armor unless that stuff can make me fly without any kind of power consumption and give me resistance and fire resistance and strength and absorption. I don't think I'll be using it. I might use the sword, I guess. Although this is already pretty powerful. I mean, 13.5 attack damage. Is that a bow? Oh, it is a bow. I'll probably use the bow. Maybe. Maybe. We shall see. Flux infused bow with... Oh, what is this? What is this stuff? Okay, 200 RF per use. I don't know... Yeah, so it doesn't seem to do anything special. Sharpness 2. Press none to empower. I don't know what that means. We'll take it, and we got a bunch of records, but nothing too special there. I am curious about the bow, so I guess we can go ahead and throw it into... I think we can just toss it in one of these guys, right? I've been experiencing a little bit of lag since I loaded up the game today. I'm not sure what it is, and it seems to only happen whenever I try to access chests. So, is it just like a regular bow? I guess so. That's my only arrow, too. Alright, whatever. Somebody give me some more arrows, please. You see that? It's only when I access chests. I'm not sure what that's all about. Kind of curious to see how strong it is, but at this point, I don't think I really care that much. We're just about done. So you can just hang out in there. If we die and I lose this armor or something, I guess we can possibly use it. But I mean, look at this bow. Look at that bow. I was trying to put mending on it, and for some reason it wouldn't let me add a mending book to this bow. Maybe I can try again if I still have the mending. There it is. Like it just... I know it says too expensive there, but before it, like I had added all these enchants, it wouldn't let me. And I got the mending book via the arcane ensorcelator, which you need essence of knowledge, which you can get from the magma crucible by melting down solidified XP. You simply put a book and then an item in here. For the mending books, it requires wither stars, which we have no shortage of. In fact, this is probably getting to the point where it's full. Oh, why is it backed up? I have no idea. Okay, whatever. Oh, things are going weird. Okay, stop, game, stop. Alright, that is taken care of. Pneumaticraft, I do not like you. Again, if I could figure out the item transfer, it probably would have been too bad, but I don't know, it just wasn't really... And that there wasn't a guidebook, I think, made it a bit more challenging. Okay. So... Oh gosh, big lag spike. There must be something going on. I don't know what changes I've made since the last time I recorded, though, that would be causing that. The only thing I can think of is that it's the Pneumaticraft stuff. Oh, is this done yet? Is this done? It's still not done, you guys. Still not done. It's almost there. It's almost there. We're at 0.8 bar. Okay. Well, that's hilarious. Okay, next up is the Botania stuff, which we need. I think we need 8 mana steel ingots. We need 1 mana pearl. I'm going to go ahead and grab some mana tablets as well, just to ensure that we have enough power here. I'm also going to need my wand of the forest, which is right there. And, okay, good, we picked up some coal. So if I just toss you in there, and nope, we want to go the other way. There we go, so that we take it away from the tablet and put it into the mana pool. And same thing here, from the tablet to the mana pool. So that should help to keep them charged in case this ends up costing too much. To create the portal, you need this formation. This is living wood. This is glimmering living wood, which is simply living wood mixed with glowstone. And then in the center, you need the Elven Gateway Core, which is created using Terra Steel, which I showed you how to make last episode. Terra Steel ingots and the living wood. So to get this to work, I think we simply place this here. And then we use our Wand of the Forest to open that up. And that did not last very long. Well, okay, why is it not staying on, I wonder? Well, that's not good. Is it because there's something in the way of the Natura pythons, maybe? Okay, I'll have to figure out what's wrong here. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem like it's using much of our energy. It could be that there's stuff in the way, or that I haven't constructed this properly. I mean, it seems like it's trying to work. Right? Alright, well, whatever. I'll have to figure that out, and I will be right back with you. Alright, I think I figured it out, and the mana pools and Natura pylons were not placed correctly. By the way, the Natura pylons, not too difficult to make. It requires a mana pylon, which is a mana diamond, which you create by throwing a diamond into a mana pool, some mana steel ingots, and then you use the mana pylon with some Terra Steel nuggets and an Eye of Ender, and you simply place those over the mana pool. And this should, I hope, work. Perhaps. Alright, throw that in, we get that back. Throw that in, we get that back. And I think that is all that we need. I'm not sure if we want to keep this running or not. If it... That's full. That's full. Okay. It said that it requires a ton of energy, but it doesn't seem like it required that much. Well, that's everything that we need. Now we just need a piece of obsidian. Let me go ahead and stick up all these mana tablets and mystical flowers and whatnot. Yes, piece of obsidian, like so. And we can create, it's the Starfield generator or something like that. Starfield creator, bam. Let's go ahead and turn that guy in. and see what our reward is. Bum ba bum bum bum. The next thing that we're making, the Draconic Fusion Injector. Oh my gosh. I I don't know. It's gonna take a little while, I have a feeling. Okay, it did. We got Draconium Dust. Really, is that all we get from that? I already had tons of Draconium. I almost feel like the mod developers didn't account for the laser or something, because you can get any ore in the game with this, so you can get, you know, you get access to Draconium ore pretty early on. So yeah, but that's what's next up, and that's gonna take a little while. I have increased my power supply. We have about 310 million RF that we can draw from now, and I think to create the infuser it requires 350 million, so hopefully things can keep up. But that's what I'm going to start working on now, and again, to create it you use the fusion crafting core. But yeah, I'll be back with you once I'm able to finish that. Alright, so I've figured out that you can't craft multiple at a time. However, you can load up the injectors with all the items that you need. That way you don't have to place one at a time. You still need to place them in a specific order, it seems, but you know, I just stuck all the fusion crafting injectors in there. I stuck all the items that we need in there, and I can just, you know, keep doing the process over and over again, so that once this one is finished, boom, all the items reappear, and we can just click start again. So it's pretty nice. Everything's holding up. Yep, holding up just fine. So once we get all of the wyvern ones made, then it's on to the draconic, which we only need to make one, which is nice. In fact, I don't even know. Oh, I know why I'm making 7. Actually, I'm gonna need to make 8, aren't I? Yes, I am. So we're gonna need stone, iron, a draconic core, and some diamond. I think I actually have all of that stuff on me, except for the iron, maybe. Iron, where you be? Okay, I don't see it there. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make one more, just because we need 7 for the crafter itself, and then 1 to actually turn into the wyvern injector. Alright, next up is the Awakened Draconium block, which I'm a little worried about, because that costs 350 million RF, and like I said, we have 310 million stored up. So I don't know how long this is going to take. It requires a dragon heart, which we have a few of, and some draconic cores. And then once we have that, we'll have everything that we need in order to make the draconic fusion crafting injector, which only costs 1.8 million. I wonder why that costs so much. I do not know. But let's go ahead and give this a shot. So we have... Oh, what is it again? What is it again? It's just 4 on that side, 2 on that side, and a heart. Okay. Oh, gosh dang it. Yeah, no, that is what we want to do. And then 2 over here. Like so. I'm getting so confused. I wish you could like shift click 1 in there at a time or something. Because that's kind of annoying. And then the heart in the middle, and it should say ready to go. We're gonna see how this goes. I suppose it's draining it. It's definitely draining it. There's no real attempt to even keep up. All of my generators should be working now, and I just remembered I don't think it can pull from this guy, can it? I don't think so, although if we change that to out... Oh, that's the wrong one. Is that the right one? There we go. Then it might be able to feed some additional energy into it. Yeah, it's going, but it's going really, really slow. So this is probably going to take a little while, I think, for this to charge up. We're at 53%. And it looks like we're generating about 35,000 or so per tick. So it's going to go up, but it's going to take a little while. So I will return with you once everything is good to go. Alright, we're at 99%. That took about 5 minutes. Not too long. And this should start going back up now. I can't believe it consumed that much power that quickly. But I said eventually we're going to come to a point where this is not going to be enough power, and that's not going to be enough generators. I bet with maybe like 20 of those things, it probably would have worked. Here we go. Awakened Draconium block, and we only need one of those. And what else do we need? Diamonds, 2 wyvern cores. We have all of that stuff, so let's go ahead and boom. Gosh dang it. It's so annoying. So annoying, game. I don't know why you have to do that. And 2 diamonds, I think, is what it was. And then 2 diamonds over here, along with the Awakened Draconium block. And we should be able to turn this guy into the Draconic Fusion Injector. And that's not going to take long at all. So we're able to keep up with that, but the 350 million, not so much. Not so much. And I think this is it, you guys. Besides the clay bedrock, which I haven't figured out any information about it. I have no idea how to obtain it. Oh, okay. It feels good, though. It feels good to work my way through this mod pack. It probably took longer than it would have for many other more experienced modded players, but overall, I am pleased that we were able to get through it. And again, clay bedrock. It's not even listing it like in the game. So I have no idea. And there's no reward for that. Satchel resonant with holding 4. It's a proper clay block, I promise. Okay, so you get the clay block. Wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. Will not store some objects. I wonder if this would have been better than the bags of holding. But whatever. Go ahead and stick the clay block in, and that should be it. That is the end of the mod. We don't get any kind of celebration. That's it. Coming soon, B. By Dinner Beef, the bee. Okay, well that was kind of disappointing. I'm actually curious. How do you make the record player? I think it's with a diamond, right? It's been a while since I made one. I'm curious what these records are. Okay, a little loud, but very cool. So yeah, very messy. If I do another modded series that's very kind of tech-based and with lots of items and wiring and fluids and all that kind of stuff everywhere, then I'll try to be a bit more tidy because I now have a better sense of how things work together. But as I stated earlier in the series, not really my kind of mod pack. I mean, it's fun, and I did spend a lot of time playing it, and probably too much time playing it, in fact. But I'd much rather be out, like, fighting things. I think my favorite part of the mod pack was when we were fighting the dragon in the end. Although it wasn't hard, like, flying around with the ender pearl and stuff, I thought that was pretty cool. And that's more the kind of gameplay that I'm looking for. And some of you have suggested some mod packs to me, and I'll be sure to check them out. And I'll try to have, I think my plan is to have one CTM series going, one modded Minecraft series going, and then one other series going. And we're just about finished with the other game, Secret of Mana, so I'll need to find another non-Minecraft game to play. I know some people have wanted me to go back to Hollow Knight, so I may do that. I'm surprised this is all. I was really worried that we were gonna like open the portal and then it was just gonna shut off immediately because we didn't have enough mana. But that doesn't seem to be the case. My Iron Golem friend has been with us even though we poked him with a syringe. He likes to hang out by the flowers. I thought you could hand them flowers. Is that not the case? I remember them being able to like, carry flowers or something. Whenever I tried to hand him one, he wouldn't accept it. Alright, you guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for this series. Honestly, you could use this as like an introduction to all of these various mod packs. I know it was designed to be like a speed competition, a multiplayer competition, but you could definitely use this as like a introduction to modded Minecraft, because pretty much you have to slowly work your way through, well, not necessarily slowly in my case, but you have to work your way through each of the various mods, and it taught me a lot about each one. I think my favorite mod in all of them, I really like the Draconic Evolution stuff, and I'm kind of sad we didn't get into any of the equipment for it. There's some really interesting armor that you can get, I know. But Botania was also pretty fun, and those are more of the kind of fantasy adventure type mods I think that I enjoy. Pneumaticraft, you can just go away forever, please. I feel bad if some of you are big Pneumaticraft fans. And I liked getting to manipulate all of the mobs and create these crazy mob farms and stuff. But oh, you know what? There was one final thing that I wanted to do. One final thing that I wanted to try out, and it requires fighting the dragon once again, except using a syringe to see if we can spawn the dragon here in our home. So to the end we go, and it's going to be so much easier because we can just fly everywhere we want now. I don't think I noticed that the little end things showed up over here. So could we actually visit an end city? I do not know. I don't have any. Actually, I think I do have some regular ender pearls on me. This is gonna be so easy. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe if I'm such a bad aim, it's not gonna be as easy as I thought it was gonna be. I have to say, it's much funner floating around with the with the ender pearls, bouncing from pillar to pillar. That was pretty cool. I don't think I necessarily need to actually kill the dragon, because I just want to collect some of its DNA. Where you at, Mr. Dragon? Come here so I can collect your blood, please. Look how much damage the syringe is doing. Holy crap. I mean, my sword does more damage, but the syringe should only do like half a heart of damage, so come back here, Mr. Dragon. I can fly faster than you. I think. I never killed a dragon like this, but it's pretty hilarious, and I don't think he knows what to do. He's a little confused. Come back, please. Hit him in the butt and kill him! Well, that was interesting. I killed him and then he kept flying too. His heart's floating up in the air. Alright, we have a full thing of the dragon essence. So let's see, we got all these Endermen that are upset with me. Did you guys follow me through the portal? Oh, apparently you did. Well, that was interesting. Okay. I don't know. Hold on. I wanted to test whether we can actually go through those End-City portals. It'd be like the first kind of glimpse of civilization that we've seen. I know I was gonna like end the episode, but there's still things I would like to do. Still things I would like to do. I don't know if the infinite one would actually work here. Oh, it's an ender lily. Oh gosh, I didn't know you could harm me. We could have set up an ender lily farm then. Will that work? Oh gosh. Oh, that was weird. That was weird indeed. I guess we probably want to use just a regular old ender pearl then. Okay, let's see if we can spawn the dragon then. I'm really curious if this would work. If so, then it would be really easy to set up a dragon farm to farm dragon eggs for the extra utility stuff. Let's see here. What do we need? Okay, we need endstone and bottles of enchanting. Okay, let me get a bunch of those. It looks like you can actually spawn them though. I'm curious how this is going to end up. I'm really curious how this is going to end up. Alright, here we go. Let's go ahead and add the rest of the endstone. I wonder if you could set up a faster way of transferring the items into this thing. Because boy, is it slow. Especially when you need a lot of them. Although our potato farm is definitely doing a good job. Yeah, it's gonna take a little while. That is definitely gonna take a little while. Alright, I'm kind of curious to see what exactly is gonna happen here. Well, it's a dragon. Definitely a dragon. Oh gosh, stop, guy. Not cool, not cool. Oh my gosh, you're so loud. You're so loud. You're gonna knock me into my death generators. I want to see if I can get two. Can I get two dragons, please? Let me access the thing, people. Let me access the thing, please. Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on. It's like it's stuck. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Please stop being so loud. I don't know. Oh, so I think we broke the game, but apparently not. I want to get two dragons, please. Two dragons. Should have another one coming out here momentarily. Just 40 more endstone to go. There's no death bar for the dragon here, which is interesting. He's just gonna fly around and do his crazy stuff. Notice the dragon doesn't destroy blocks, and that's what makes me think like mob griefing is off. I wonder if he's getting harmed by the explosions. It'd be interesting if the death effect from the death generators affected the dragon as well. We should have our second dragon come in here any second now. I think. There it is. Multiple dragons. Boom! You cannot touch me. Alright, you guys. I think that's gonna be it. We have beaten Pyramid Reborn. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.